Ayurvedic medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, Southeast Asian herbalism, and Mediterranean botanical tradition have been disagreeing for 3,000 years. On one specific subject, blood sugar, they all independently reached the same conclusion. Blood sugar instability, post-meal crashes, inconsistent energy, persistent cravings, typically involves at least 4 interacting biological mechanisms at the same time. Glucose absorption speed from the intestine, insulin receptor sensitivity at the cellular membrane, GLUT4 transporter efficiency that physically moves glucose into cells, an inflammatory state of the pancreatic tissue that produces insulin. Single tradition supplements address one of these. GlycoMute draws from 4 traditions, specifically because each one identified a different piece of the same puzzle. At Health Reviews Labs, we analyze what happens when you look at the ingredient formula without the marketing layer. The complete written breakdown of GlycoMute, all 13 ingredients, the research from each tradition, and the honest assessment, is at healthreviewslabs.com. That link is in the description below. Let me walk you through the key ingredients and why the convergence matters. The official product link with the 60-day guarantee is also in the description. Now, there's one ingredient in GlycoMute that we found in no other blood sugar formula we've reviewed. It's from Ayurvedic tradition and it addresses the blood sugar problem at the pancreatic level, protecting the tissue that produces insulin itself, rather than just improving how the body responds to it. I'll get to it at the 90-second mark. From Southeast Asian medicine, Banaba leaf, used in the Philippines since the 1940s for blood sugar support, contains corosolic acid, which activates GLUT4 glucose transporters, the channels that physically import glucose into cells. From Ayurvedic tradition, bitter melon activates insulin signaling pathways independently through charantin and polypeptide P, a natural insulin-mimicking mechanism documented across multiple traditional systems. Gymnema Sylvestre, the sugar destroyer, reduces intestinal sugar absorption while enhancing insulin receptor efficiency at the cellular level. From traditional Chinese medicine, white mulberry contains deoxynitrogenamycin, an alpha-glucosidase inhibitor that slows the enzymatic conversion of complex carbohydrates to glucose in the intestine. This works upstream, before glucose even enters the bloodstream, and it makes every downstream mechanism more effective. And now, the Ayurvedic ingredient that stood out in our analysis. Guggul gum resin. While every other ingredient in this formula addresses how the body responds to glucose, Guggul addresses the tissue that produces insulin. Its guggulsterones reduce NF-κB inflammatory signaling in pancreatic beta cells, protecting the insulin-producing machinery itself from the chronic inflammatory stress that progressively impairs output. This is the upstream pancreatic protection dimension that almost no blood sugar supplement covers. From Mediterranean tradition, juniper berries provide antioxidant protection for insulin receptor cellular membranes, reducing the oxidative degradation of the receptors themselves. For traditions. For mechanisms. Upstream carbohydrate control, cellular uptake, insulin sensitivity, and pancreatic protection, all in one formula. When we looked at competing blood sugar supplements, we found that most cover 2 of these 4. GlycoMute covers all of them. Weeks 1 to 2. Reduced post-meal glucose spikes as white mulberry and Gymnema absorption mechanisms activate. Weeks 3 to 6. Improved insulin sensitivity as Banaba leaf and bitter melon accumulate. 60 to 90 days for full benefit including Guggul's pancreatic anti-inflammatory protection. Non-GMO. Stimulant-free. GlycoMute comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee from a GMP-certified U.S. facility. The official product link is in the description below. The complete written analysis, including the research behind Guggul and white mulberry, which most people have never encountered before, is at healthreviewslabs.com, also linked below. If blood sugar fluctuations or post-meal energy crashes have been persistent, and single tradition approaches haven't delivered lasting improvement, the 4 tradition convergence here is worth reading about. Link below.